This presentation is brought to you by Brailleiant at Brailleiant.org, where we are bridging the digital divide for the blind. The following describes how to use the BrailleNote Apex as a Braille display for an Apple iPhone for blind and low vision individuals. Presented by Brailleiant. Please visit our website at Brailleiant.org.
Now we're going to cover how to use your BrailleNote Apex as a Braille display for iPhone. First thing you got to do when you come with your BrailleNote, Bluetooth is going to be turned off. So to turn it on, you're going to press space with O for the options menu, C for the connectivity menu, B for Bluetooth. And it said Bluetooth on. Currently, yes. That's because I have turned my Bluetooth on. If it's not on, you're going to want to press Y for yes. And it'll say starting Bluetooth, which means it's turning on Bluetooth. And then it'll ask you if you want to search for devices. Now, for this to work, you're going to have to press enter here. Because my Bluetooth is on, it's not going to tell me that it's starting Bluetooth. Now it's asking me if I want to search for any devices that are Bluetooth capable around. So I'm going to press Y for yes because we're looking for the iPhone.
Yes, searching for Bluetooth devices. Please wait.
And your BrailleNote will beep for a second.
List of Bluetooth devices.
Now, you're going to look for iPhone. Now, if it says paired and active, that means you're synchronized. If it's not paired and active, then you're not synchronized. So, my phone, let me check. I'm going to press space to move to the device that I want.
iPhone, paired and end of list. iPhone, paired and active.
And even though I told it to not synchronize, to forget the device, it's still paired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly unpair it. And so the way I'm going to do that is to press enter.
Remove pairing with iPhone or deactivate hands-free.
And now it's asking if I want to remove pairing with iPhone or deactivate hands-free. I'm going to press R.
Remove pairing. List of Bluetooth devices.
And now, when I press space for iPhone, it doesn't say anything because it's not paired. Now, in order to do this, you're going to have to understand a little bit about services. Services are basically indicating what you're going to be using this device for. For a Braille display, you're going to be using the hands-free service. Some stuff like iPhones have printer services for connecting to Bluetooth printers. They use the printer service. So with an old device like this, the BrailleNote is not smart enough to know which service to use, so you have to tell it. So I'm going to press enter here, and it's going to say list of services for iPhone. And
pair with iPhone and activate hands-free.
Now, since I've already activated hands-free, it would say list of services for iPhone. You would space bar until you find hands-free, press enter here, and then it would say pair with iPhone or deactivate hands-free, which is the screen that I'm currently on. Pair with iPhone or deactivate hands-free. To respond to this, you of course want to connect to the Bluetooth device, and so the way you do that is by pressing Y for yes, and it's going to ask you authentication code. Now, I'm going to explain this ahead of time because you have to be really quick about it. When it says authentication code, you're going to type the number sign. If you're using UAB, you're going to type the number sign. Then the code is 6 zeros. This is the same for every iPhone. Then you're going to press enter. You have to be very quick about it. And if you're using USA or the old Braille code that used to be before UEB, you're going to just type it in computer Braille. I'm going to press Y, and it's going to ask me.
Yes, authenticate. Failed to pair with iPhone. List of Bluetooth devices, iPhone.
Now, it said pair to fail with iPhone because I've been typing the code wrong. So now I'm going to press enter here again.
Pair with iPhone and activate hands-free. Yes. Authentication. Failed to pair with iPhone. List of Bluetooth devices.
Now this is where you go wrong. This is I made this mistake on purpose to show you what would happen if you do this. I'm going to back out.
Exit. Connectivity menu. Exit. Main menu.
The reason why this is not working is because your iPhone doesn't detect your Bluetooth device. So to do this, I'm going to go back to my iPhone. Now I'm going to unlock it.
One notification. Twitter, 9 minutes ago.
So that was just a Twitter notification. Now, the reason why it was giving me an error was because my phone was locked. It was powered down. And when it's powered down, it cannot receive any Bluetooth connections. So now that we're powered on, and it's going to stay powered on, I'm going to set the phone down. I'm going to move it closer to the BrailleNote so there's a little less room. And I'm going to do this again, so I'm going to space with O.
Options menu.
Connectivity, Bluetooth.
On. Currently, yes. Search for devices. Yes. Searching for Bluetooth devices. Please wait.
Now it's going to find the iPhone again.
Find any Bluetooth devices. Search for devices.
And we'll have to try again.
Yes. Searching for Bluetooth devices. Please wait. Could not find any Bluetooth devices. Search for devices.
Okay, so if you get this message more than one time, then you have two possible options. You can either back out.
Exit. Main menu. Up. Connected. Bluetooth on. Currently, yes. Search for devices. Yes. Searching for Bluetooth devices.
And then do it again, like I just did.
Could not find any Bluetooth devices. Search for devices.
Or it could be that your Bluetooth on your phone has been disabled. So to do that, you're going to
Exit. Main menu.
go to your phone, go to your settings,
And YouTube. Settings. Settings. Search. Apple. General. Button. Set. About. Soft. Accessibility. Select. General. Back
so
button.
you're going to settings, and then you're going to double tap on general, then you're going to double tap on accessibility, which is what I just did. And now I'm going to go locate voiceover.
Voiceover.
And I just clicked on
Accessibility. Back button.
voiceover, and you're going to look for
Voice
see
larger
so
vision. Rose general. Back button. Settings. Tape app Wi-Fi. Bluetooth. On. Button.
so now it says Bluetooth is enabled. So now what you have to do is click on Bluetooth.
Wi-Fi. Tape Apple ID suggest Taylor Run. Rose 1. Set. App Y. Bluetooth. Select settings. Back button.
Now you're going to click on Bluetooth. So basically, let me re-explain. I just remembered that you have to check your Bluetooth first. So I had backed out of the accessibility options and I went into Bluetooth. So now I'm in Bluetooth. I've clicked on Bluetooth. It's enabled. And so now I'm going to look for the devices.
Bluetooth. Now discover my devices. Heading. Apex. Not connected. Button.
Bingo! Apex, not connected. So now that means that it is recognized that the apex is there. So
My devices.
we're going to leave focus on my devices. I'm going to try it again on the apex. So
Word processor. Up. Bluetooth on. Currently, yes. Search for. Yes. Searching for Bluetooth devices. Please wait.
now mostly you wouldn't get so many errors. But the reason why is because I'm showing you all the things that could possibly go wrong.
List of Bluetooth devices.
Okay, and then I'm going to down through this,
iPhone.
enter.
List of services for iPhone.
Bingo! Now it's saying list of services for iPhone. So now I actually get to show you this. I'm going to go through this with spacebar until I find hands-free.
Hands-free.
Hands-free happens to be the first option because it's what I use most. Now to select this option, I'm going to press enter.
Pair with iPhone and activate hands-free.
Pair with iPhone and activate hands-free. Yes, I want to pair with iPhone and I want to activate hands-free, so I'm going to press Y.
Yes. Authentic.
Secure pin. Secure text fit 0. Pin 1, 2, 1, pick pair. Button.
Pair with iPhone.
Settings.
Hands-free. Active.
Paired with iPhone, hands-free active. So essentially what's happened was I had typed in the authentication code 000000, and then it said type it in on your phone as well. So I typed it in on my phone, I clicked pair. There's a time limit, which means you have to be very, very quick. At first it would be very, very hard for you to do that, but as you do it more and more often, you'll get better and better and better at it. You click pair on your iPhone, then it'll both devices will have synced already. So now you have to tell VoiceOver that you have a Braille display. So to do that, I need to turn my BrailleNote into Braille terminal mode, and we're going to be using a Bluetooth connection. So I'm going to back out.
Exit. Bluetooth. Exit. Exit. Main menu.
Alright, and then I'm going to press T for terminal.
Braille terminal port. Currently Bluetooth.
And yes, it is Bluetooth, and I'm going to press enter here.
Braille terminal.
Now we're in Braille terminal mode, and your Braille display should be blank now, all the cells down. So now we have to go back.
Back Bluetooth. Cellular. No. General.
General.
Button. Setting. About. Software. Hand. Card. Accessibility.
Accessibility.
Select general. Vision.
VoiceOver.
Speak the boss at Braille.
Braille.
But voice out input more Apex 004319 not connected button.
Okay, so now I've tapped at the bottom with 4 fingers. I 4-finger tap at the bottom of the screen with 4 fingers that to go to the bottom, and then slide left, and then that told me that Braille, that Apex 005009 is not connected. So, which means that VoiceOver is not synchronized with it. To connect, you're going to double tap on this device.
Apex 004319 connecting. Selected. Apex 004319 connected.
And so
Button.
when you double tapped on it, I double tapped on it, you heard it click and say that it was connecting. It said Apex 005009, and then it said connecting, and then it made another sound, blink, and that meant that it connected. So now the Braille display, if I look on it, it now says Apex 004319 connected, and then it says SELD, which SELD, which means selected, and so that basically means that the device is selected. Now, to go to your home screen, you're going to press back with advanced. So, back with advanced, and that takes you to your home screen. So, back with advanced takes you to your home screen. Now, to scroll through your home screen items, you could either press your next thumb key, or you could press space with dot 4. If you're just scrolling around, I recommend you use your next key. But if you're going to be clicking on things, I recommend you use the keyboard, space with dot 4 and space with dot 1. So let's say I want to go to the messages. To do that, I'm going to go to the bottom of the screen, so space with 456.
Dock. iTunes browser.
I'm going to
iCloud.
press space with dot 1 twice,
Safari.
and I'm going to press it again.
Page 3 of 4.
So that's
Adjustable. Dock. Message. iTunes messages. 6 and 8 messages.
and I found the messages. Now to click on something with the BrailleNote, you're going to press space with dots 36. Space with dots 36.
Edit. Button.
Alright, and now if I wanted to send a message, I could. Because I'm not going to send a message, I'm going to press back with advanced. And I'm simply going to use Siri. So to do that, I'm going to go
My iPhone.
take my phone off, and I'm going to hold Siri and ask, open notes.
Notes. Back button.
And if you're listening, if you can hear,
Notes. Back button. Add people. Button. Share the 19th of August. Note. YouTube. Website attachment. YouTube. myoutube.com. New line. Text field.
now
Options available.
if you listen closely enough, you can hear the pins on the Braille display.
Website attachment.
I hope you heard that over the speech. So anyway, I'm going to
Note. Add people. Share new. Show hat new note. Note. Text field. Is editing. Character mode. Insertion pointed start.
so now I'm going to move.
Quick nav off. October 13th. Quick nav on. Note. Done. Button.
Now, if you hear it say quick nav on, that's actually, you need to make sure that it's off. So to do that, I'm going to press space with Q.
Quick nav off.
And now it says quick nav off. And so this basically ensures that whenever you type anything in, it doesn't just assume it's a keyboard command. So now I press space with dot 4.
October 3rd. Note. Text field. Is editing. Character mode. Insertion pointed start.
Now, if you have your on-screen keyboard set so that it does not show the keyboard and you want to show the keyboard, you do that by pressing previous with next. And that will basically put it in keyboard shown, and that's basically where you can type on your phone if you wanted and just watch. So I'm just going to type in something in Braille.
Hello period. What do I am and is over ing showing a over party 2 ESE VRL in a TE BrailleNote FEX with I apostrophe PH dot O period iPhone period.
As you can see, it is very good at interpreting what you're going to say, and you can really do good with it. Another thing you need to know is by default, your Braille display is going to be set so that you're typing in computer Braille and you're reading it in UEB. So to change it, you go to Settings, double tap on General, double tap on Accessibility, double tap on VoiceOver, double tap on Braille, and you should make sure that both the input and the output are set to UEB, or set to contracted Braille. It should say contracted Braille. Both input and output should be set to contracted Braille. Now, that would then allow you to type in UEB, and so I'm going to
Share note done. October done. Share note button.
and I just exited out. So now I'm going to press back with advanced to go to the home screen. And I'm back at my home screen. You should probably consider, before you connect it to your Apex, just go over the Braille settings. Make sure everything is set. Make sure your input and your output are set to contracted Braille. Make sure everything is set out, because the default settings are not exactly what you might want. For example, the contracted Braille, you might see that the Braille screen input is off. If you want it on, you can turn it on. You also might see that it's by default displaying status Braille cells on the right instead of on the left. Either way, I have them off, so it's not showing them. Either way, you might want to consider them, because the default options are always going to be the options that you want, and although some people don't like to change stuff, it's best that you change it, because honestly, if you look at the default options, nothing is going to be set to the way you want. Whether you're not as picky about settings as I am, or whether you are even pickier at settings than I am, or whether you're very into changing settings or anything, or if you just want to leave things the same. Honestly, you're still gonna regret not changing any of the settings, because nothing is going to be set right. Everything is going to be wrong. And next thing you know, you're going to be typing contractions, and they're going to be special symbols, and you're not going to even have any idea what is going on. So that's just my suggestion. And now, with the devices synchronized, you can press your power button on your phone, and your Braille display goes blank because the Bluetooth connection is not established. Now, which means that every time you turn on your phone will look for a Bluetooth connection, and that Bluetooth connection is going to be to your BrailleNote. If it doesn't see the Bluetooth connection, it is going to proceed as usual. If it sees the connection, it is going to try to synchronize, and when it is synchronized, that's when you're using it for your Braille display. So now that you have synchronized your phone and your BrailleNote, if you ever want to use your BrailleNote as a Braille display, again, instead of having to go through that horrible process and go through all those errors, all you gotta do is make sure your BrailleNote is in Braille terminal mode. Then when you unlock your phone, it'll see that the connection is there. And when it sees the connection is there, you're going to hear the sound, and it's going to be on. I'm going to demonstrate it one more time. It's synchronizing. When I power my phone up and it's synchronized, watch, it's going to power up. It's going to say my time and my date. It's going to make the sound, and the Braille displays are going to be synced.
12:34 p.m.
It made the sound, and it would make a sound again. If it unsynced, it would be boom. But that's indicated that it let it disestablish the connection. And that's how you connect your phone with your BrailleNote. Notice how many errors we went through? Those are how many things that could possibly go wrong if you do it not right. And you won't break your BrailleNote doing this. The Humanware has actually implemented this feature. However, back then there were no smart devices, and so it's not as smart as the BrailleNote Touch BrailleNote touches. The BrailleNote Touch would be a little easier to do than the BrailleNote Apex, because all you gotta do is connect the devices and do it, and not as many errors. But this is how it is for the BrailleNote Apex. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
This has been a presentation by Brailleiant at Brailleiant.org, where we are bridging the digital divide for the blind. If you like this video, please click the like button, and for more interesting videos, please subscribe to our channel.